Today I'm going to be doing a little video about tools and tips and tricks of Fallout 76. Hopefully everybody that's watching can take a little bit away and actually use these tricks. One of my favorite chems, which I don't like chems too often, but one of my favorite chems is berry mentats, just because it's very useful in fighting against combatants that are behind cover or things that you can't see. If it's cloaking and invisibility on one of the daily ops, you can use that. It does not work against anything that doesn't have a heartbeat. So if you're fighting against robots, not going to happen. Done. It has to have a heartbeat for it to show. Sometimes it's really glitchy and it doesn't even show at all. That's just, that's the game. But it's really helpful to have very mentats always, and I always have like 20 of them on me and 30 in my stash box. Today's daily op is cloaked when not attacking, deadly armor-piercing attacks, robots in the Valley Galleria. Very, very difficult for anybody that doesn't have a stealth build or any, especially now that I just mentioned that the berry mentats do not track anything that isn't a living creature. You will have to pay attention to where they're at. It is extremely deadly. Other than that, I would say the pinnacle of what you're supposed to do is full-on stealth, especially on Savage Strike, which is one of the enemy mutations. After you've completed the daily op, you will get a plan if it's at the 8-minute mark or less. These plans, depending on what drops, if it's anything related to armor or weapons, you cannot trade or drop it to other players. Paints, if you do receive the actual plan itself, you can paint the items and sell them in your vendor or give them to your friends. You cannot trade the plans themselves. Apparel and the plans for things that can go in your camp are about the only things that can be traded through daily ops. If you receive a plan for a camp item, you can also place that in other people's camp, or you can drop the actual plan itself. Bethesda's patching the duplicate plans that you get that you already own after completion of daily ops. It's very frustrating because, you got teammates, you got people that are asking for those plans, and you get, a duplicate of something you already own and you can't drop it. So that's very frustrating. They're going to patch that, though, so that's good news. Another trick is that when using a weapon that takes like a specific ammo type, if it's ultrasight or very expensive to actually shoot, take a more powerful version of that same ammo type. So let's say I have a bolt action that takes 308 ultrasight. I can take that, go into events and use that, and I will receive a lot more actual ammo by the end of the event than I would using the MG34 or the machine gun, because that takes the same ammo type, but it does less damage. And if I tag targets, I can get that ammo return. I got roughly about 1,000 doing just one event. Another ammo type that you can do is 5mm, because the difference between the actual damage or the DPS that you can deal with the Gatling gun in comparison to the minigun is vast, and you can get 40 rounds just from one round. A good trained round on a target, you get 40 rounds in return. And that in itself, being able to return that much just from one event or even two events, it's very helpful for low scrap levels. Like, you don't have to spend tons of Sable Flux to try to stay up top, because it costs so much scrap for expensive weapons that just eat ammo. Another incredible thing from the mutation events is the mutated party packs. And you can actually receive legendaries and extremely rare plans that even I don't know, and I have 3,000 hours in the game. It's very helpful doing those, so always participate in those. After being in these events and looting all the corpses, you'll head back to any nearby train station. Scrap the heaviest first. If it's power armor, if it's heavy weapons, always scrap them. It's very hard to travel while your pockets are full. Always sell things that you don't really use too often. Try not to hoard because I'm telling you, it comes back to bite you. It's worth selling them while you can.
Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.